I'm Bishop Moon Hing, the Anglican Bishop of the Diocese of West Malaysia, and I'm glad to take a few minutes of your time to share with you something about COVID-19. Many people have asked the question, why God? Why COVID-19? And many people have already given a lot of prophecy, and we have heard a lot of Bible exposition, and I'm not going to repeat all those things, and I believe many people have their own ways, and some have even used the word COVID-19 and from the front and from the back, and they can give you abbreviation of all the meanings. But today I want to just come back on the COVID-19, and people are asking why God allowed these things. So we have to come back to the scripture, the Bible again, and to know very well what God has said in the Bible. Firstly, God has never promised us that there's not going to have disease. Secondly, God has never promised us that we are His children who will not suffer. Thirdly, God has never promised His children that we will not die on earth. So with these three understandings, then we know that we are part of the fallen world. Ever since the Garden of Eden, man has been in this world together with sin. And this world is fallen because of sin. And because of sin, there will be sickness, suffering, and death that comes along. So we have no choice. But God did say that if you come to me, I'm your refuge. If you come to me, I'm your shelter. If you come to me, and I will give you like a hiding place. And I will walk with you. That's what God says. So we can still pray that there will be no sickness, no suffering, no death. But that will not happen in this world. Every one of us has to face it. Until we go back to the new heaven and new earth, then there will be no sickness, no suffering, and no death. But on this world, these three things will happen. But we only know that God didn't promise us that there will be no enemies. God didn't promise us there will be no difficulties and challenges. God didn't promise us there will be no storm. There will be. The disciples have storm. They faced storm. But Jesus came. Jesus said, you will stay with me. I can calm the storm for you. And you stay under me, with me, I can heal the disease. You can stay with me, I can remove your suffering. So these are some of the things that we always have to be mindful. So we now have to ask all of us, ourselves and our members and our families, to come under the umbrella of God. So in the time of Moses and the children of Israel, when they came out of Egypt, God didn't promise them that there's not going to be hardship. God didn't promise them they're not going to die. God didn't promise that they're not going to have diseases. But God says, I will give you the pillar of fire at night. I give you the pillar of cloud at daytime, that you will be protected. So when you face these things, it is not hopelessness. When you face suffering, disease, and death, you will not face hopelessness, because our hope is secure in God and in the future. Our hope relies on God, the Almighty, who has already prepared for us the eternal heaven and earth, the new Jerusalem, the new heaven and new earth. So we are heading that direction with hope. So we need to fight this battle here by coming under the shadow of God, coming under the wings of God, and come to believe Him, to trust Him. Two things God has said to us. He says, listen to my word and keep my commands. If we keep listening to His word, that means we have to hear Him, we have to be close to Him, we have to know Him, we have to study Him, and listen to His word, and then we have to obey His commands. If we obey His command, that means we have to trust Him, because number one, He's good, He has no evil intent, and He loves us more than we love ourselves. So we have to trust Him and walk His way. If we do that, we are coming under His umbrella, His wings, or we are under His refuge and hiding place. And He will protect us, He will guide us through. Even though there will be sickness and suffering and death, but we will not be hopeless. I wish this for you, and I wish that we will all come to the saving knowledge and grace of the Lord, and that we will stay in and commit ourselves and come back to Him and just pray and know Him day after day. God bless you. Amen.
I found it on Rhema Radio.